Interesting one because we are dealing with a mixed number and a fraction. So we have Yoshi spent 1 1/3 hours reading and 3/4 of an hour doing chores. How many total hours did Yoshi spend on these activities? How many total hours indicates we're going to add. Okay, but we can do that. So we're going to add a mixed number and a fraction. And just kind of follow the steps like we normally would. So 1 1/3 of an hour plus 3/4 of an hour. Let's see what that looks like. And if you notice, in all the little videos, I like to set my problems up vertically like this, or one on top of the other. So even though only one of them has a whole number, I'm just going to ignore that whole number for now. And I'm going to wait to set up my equivalent fractions with my common denominator. So the first denominator is 3, so let's list out the multiples of 3. And then we'll list out the multiples of 4. And we find that the common denominator is 12. So before I go further, what I'd like to do is look back at the question and see how many of my choices have a denominator of 12. And only choice C down here on number 37. So at this point, I might want to hazard a guess and think it's 2 1/12. But I need to work it out completely just to be sure. So to go from 3 over to 12, I had to do that 4 times. So multiply by 4 on top, and you get 4 over 12. And to go from 4 over 12, to go from 4 to 12, I had to multiply 3 times, so multiply 3 on top. That becomes 9. So here I have, I'll move the whole number over, 1 4 twelfths plus 9 twelfths. So let's go ahead and add our fractional part. The denominator is 12, but now my numerator is 13. And what kind of fraction is this? It's improper. So I can't say I have 1 and 13 over 12. What I need to do is focus here and turn this into a mixed number. 12 goes into 13 once. If you take 13, take away 12, you have 1 left over. And 1 over 12. So 13 over 12 becomes 1 1/12. Now I have this whole number, and I can bring down this whole number. That means I have 1 plus 1, or 2. And that means, and then you just tack on the fractional part. So it's almost like you carried over. It's like carrying in addition. We followed all the steps. We focused on the fractional side. We created equivalent fractions here. We added, and we came up with 1 and 13 twelfths. But 13 twelfths is an improper fraction. And when you switch the improper fraction to a mixed number, it becomes 1 and 1/12. So I have a whole number of 1 plus another whole number of 1s, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So you have 2 and 1/12. And in fact, that's exactly what it was, choice C. So Yoshi spent 2 and 1/12 hours reading and doing chores.